Hello. Today I want to talk about positioning. Thomas Edison said this that everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life thinking that it is stupid. So it's very important for us to be able to understand this aspect of positioning. And if you're a believer, it's called divine positioning. Because positioning, if you can be doing the right thing at the right time but at the wrong place, and if you're doing the right thing at the right time but at the wrong place, you will not be successful, because you have not positioned yourself in the right place in order that whatever you're offering may be exposed and may be beneficial to people and may be beneficial to you. So positioning is quite important. Jesus says that for this cause I came, and everybody has been brought in the world for a purpose, but it is extremely important for us to identify the place. In every season we should identify the place that we are supposed to be positioned in order for us to be able to enter into our God-given purpose. For us to be able to enter into a God-given purpose, because every crisis usually opens a door for it to be able to bring you in to your God-given purpose, or to expose you to the world. Every challenge brings with it an opportunity to expose you to the world. When there was a crisis in the palace and Vashti, the queen, refused, and there was a crisis in the palace, it brought an opportunity for Esther to be revealed. Because every crisis brings with it an opportunity. And when you can identify the opportunity and position yourself in the right place, you may be skilled, you may be talented, but if you do not position yourself in the right place, you will, as Mice Mundu like to say, that the grave is the richest place in the world, because there are people that have died with things that would have shaken this whole world, but they died with their potential in them, because they did not position themselves properly to be able to expose their potential to the right thing. Just like a fish, if you take it out of water, it will die. The Bible says that when Abraham was old, he looked around at the people that are around, and he said that their characters are not that good. Because at times, if you are created for greatness, you need to be able to associate yourself with greatness also. And company is usually very important if we are either going to be successful or unsuccessful. Because if you keep the wrong company, I was reading a certain book, and in one of the portions, it was talking about this man that had become a slave. He was a free man, but he became a slave because he was caught with thugs, so they sold him out as a slave. But when they sold him out as a slave, the man was there, and he began to serve diligently and all that. And one time he was given to be able to escort one of the ladies of the house, and as he was escorting him, he began to tell the lady that I am not a slave. I was not born a slave. But the reason that the man became a slave is because he had debts. He had people's debts. And his debt, because he had so many debts, the wife left him. And because of the debt, he had to leave the country which he was living in, which was Babylon. And he had to flee and join some funny people that taught him funny behavior that ended him up in slavery. And this lady told him that it is your lack of discipline and because you are not able to honor yourself and pay your debts that made you a slave. If you can discipline yourself and pay your debts, you will stop being a slave. And he asked him, are you a slave, or are you a free man? And the man said, I am a free man. And he stopped sitting with the slaves and he began sitting by himself. And one day the lady again called him and told him, I only see you sitting by yourself when we are going for these caravan walks with the camels. Why are you sitting alone? The man said, because I am not a slave, I'm a free man. And in the next incident, he got away and he managed to escape, and he became the richest man. The book is called The Richest Man in Babylon. He became the richest man in Babylon. Why? Because if you have the mentality of a slave and you do not position yourself in the right place, then you will be able to remain there as a slave. You'll be able to remain there as a slave because what the people you associate with is very important. So Abraham told his servant that, swear to me that you will not make my child marry the women of this area. So the servant swore, and he went off to where Abraham came from. And the servant prayed a prayer that, Lord, please make him successful so that I may be able to get a wife for my master. And then he went and positioned himself in a strategic place. And the Bible says that when the women came to draw water, he began to ask. He said that, Lord, the woman, the first lady that will give me water and also give my camels, I will have known that you have guided me. So the woman came and drew water and gave it to him and gave it to the camels. And then he asked him, whose daughter are you? And he told him. And they went to the father's house, and that is how she became Isaac's wife. She became Isaac's wife. But the positioning of the man was quite strategic, because if he had not positioned himself in that place, he would not have met this lady. So positioning is usually very important. And my prayer is, that was a crisis for Abraham, looking for a wife. And even during this time when there is a crisis, my prayer for all of us is that God may position us or position you in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. He may position you at the right place, at the right time, doing the right thing. Because just one person, if you are in the right place, identifying your gift, can expose you to the whole world, and you are able to save many, just like Joseph, and many lives and many people's lives can be transformed just by you being in the right place. So my prayer today is that God will divinely position everyone that is listening to me, that you may be divinely positioned at the right place to be able to progress to become what God has called you to be. And now the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you.